He's just a team man through and through, and a down-to-earth guy, humble guy, always there to serve the team. So, I spoke to him last week when he got the captaincy, and really a guy that gives his all for the team. So I'm very happy for Jesse.
Hi guys, Howzit? Welcome terug allemaal to my Afrikaans-speaking followers. Welcome back to everyone else. Once again, Springbok action in action this weekend as we welcome Italy to the Republic. Here for a bit of a prediction, breakdown, some news and notes, etc., etc. First, I want to go ahead and start off with the accusation hitting hot off the press. I won't have a graphic up here on the screen, but Warren Gatland claiming that the Springboks cheated during the last British and Irish Lions tour. All I have to say is, do you remember when the All Blacks went back to back and had the best win rate in the world? Where were all the accusations of steroids and cheating when that happened? Yeah, they didn't exist. So we'll just leave it at that. Let's go ahead and look at the history between these two sides. We'll look at the rosters and we'll kind of go from there. We have played Italy a grand total of 16 times. We have lost one time to them. I don't think I really need to go back in time, but I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and just take a look at what happened when that happened last time. Unfortunately, I hate to bring it up, but we all know the man responsible for that. Yes. I don't. It's painful to talk about, but the one loss coming to Italy back in 2016. Look at that roster. I mean, Brian Habana, Pat Lambie, what could have been the one loss coming back in 2016 in Italy. Take in mind that was also the year we lost to England and Wales on that North tour. This was, oh man, like just to think at where we came from since then. But we'll go back to the last couple of years of results on this. Go ahead and remove that man's photo out of here. Now, I will say this, as much as I detest the whole situation during that, that's where the Fairweather fan was born. Because if you're a Springbok fan through the worst times, you're a Springbok fan through the best times as well. So let's look at the last 5 games. Obviously, last faced these guys last year, or in 2022, absolutely beat the shit out of them. Played them in 2019 at the World Cup, beat the shit out of them. Played them on 2017, 35-6, and then, like I said, the loss in 2016, and then in 2014 we beat them 22-6. That was in Italy. Now, fast forward to where we are now, obviously a completely different team, a completely different situation. But as we always do, we will go through the visiting team's roster first before we get to the Springboks. None of the big names have made it on this trip. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it together here. So the front row will consist of the Zebra Parma Fischetti, the Zebra Parma Di Bartolomeo, and a Benetton player, and Simon Ferrari. Captaining the side will be Canoni. He is a Benetton player. A future Exeter chief, but current Zebra Parma, Andrea Zambonin will be the other lock. It's an all Benetton back three. We've got Izakor, Ziliani, and Canone as the back order. No Zimbabwean-born player on that. Fusco and Dare will be the 9 and 10 with a Zebra, Gessie, and Luis Lino as the other winger. Monicello. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. And Zanon will be the centers with Trula the fullback. A 6-2 split coming off the bench for Gonzalo Casada as Dimchev, Spagnolo, and Haza will be the front row replacements. Mohamed Haza. Canali will be the flanker replacement and Ross Vincent will be the other flanker replacement, and making debut is Odiasi. I want to say Odiasi is how you say his last name. Currently playing for Oyonnax, and I'm sure I butchered that, in France. Garbisi and Bertaccini will be the back replacements. That is a scrum half and a center. This is kind of a year where, like every year they keep saying the Italians are getting better because they win one game, sometimes two games in the Six Nations. But the fact of the matter is unless Wales is having an off season, they're always bottom finishers in that tournament. Now we will move over to Jesus. Rassi showing no mercy for a fairly inexperienced Italian side. They're trying to do what we're doing. They're trying to build depth going into the 2027 World Cup. Front row consisting of Salads Don't Win Scrums, Oxen Shea, Malcolm Marks, and Vilko Low will be the front row. Chief, God, what diabolical. That's all I have to say with that. Welcoming back Eben Etzebeth and his old partner, Lud the Yager, once again. Chipmunk Cheeks himself will be the locking duo. Escom Marco Van Staden, making his official first cap, Vincent Shatuka, and Jasper Visa, welcome back, in the number 8 jersey. Morne Vandenberg will be getting the start at scrum half, and I guess he might as well get used to it playing there again, man. The handball of Loftus, Andre Pollard, back in that number 10 jersey. The formidable duo of Kurtley Arenza and Cheslin Colby will be at the wings. They are going to have a field day. Damien Dialindi, and captaining the side once again, Jesse Kriel. I think a lot of us did not see that, but he did great as a captain last week, and I don't blame. We know what Sia brings. We'll get to that in a moment. And anchoring it all off, welcome back, Gaza, Damien Falemse. God, that back three is fucking deadly. Oh, this is going to be so fun to watch. A 6-2 split off the bench, but you never really know how it's going to work out like that. We've got Bongi Manombi coming in, Jan Hendrik Vessels, and Vincent Koch. Not a bad. Audrey Snyman is back once again, the Viking, with Franco Muster and Quokka Smith. Could we see Quokka Smith playing wing? Could it be a 7-1 split again? Could it be a 5-3 split again? We don't know. Welcoming back, first time in a while, Faf the Clerk and his beautiful blonde mane will be in off the bench. And for his 99th cap, Villy LaRue, the 23 jersey. I'm pretty sure he gets the start next week for Cap 100. Congratulations to Villy. It's been an amazing long career for you. So I think a lot of us, it's already kind of becoming like this thing where, Peter Stuff is back in the squad. Okay, we know Peter Stuff. We know what Peter Stuff to Detroit can bring. Peter Stuff to tackle, as he's been dubbed. We know what Peter Stuff brings. Do we need to see it against Italy? No, we don't. We know what Sia brings. Is he a world-class flanker? I don't even put Sia as one of the best flankers on the planet, but for some reason, when you put him on the field with the guys, they elevate. So do I look into this as like, oh, is Sia done? No, I think it's Rassi looking at what are our options. What are our options going forward? We don't need Faf the Clerk, but we're going to use them. We've got options. We had Sasha and Manny last week. We've got options. And we're going to take these first 4 games this year, and we're going to look at our options. We're going to look at every possible combination that we have. It's gotten to be really, really weird. For any of you guys that watch the breakdown from New Zealand, it's always kind of negative towards the Springboks, obviously, because that's our biggest rival. But this last week, you finally had a point where all 3 commentators were like, yeah, this team's really good. We're worried about playing them. They're getting better. And I can safely say that in 2025, this team, the team that won the Rugby World Cup 2 years ago in 2023, this team would beat that team, I think, with ease. We're reinventing things. We are the trends that we are setting the bar. It's no longer, oh, they're great. We've always had flashes of greatness. We are the gold standard, the green and gold standard. But the gold standard for rugby is the Springboks now. Maybe not at the club level. I know club fans have their own thing and Europeans kind of have that whole thing. But at test level, you're you're not going to find a team that competes the way this team does. Now, Steve Hansen, who I have a lot of respect for as an All Blacks coach, they made a documentary series that came out on Amazon Prime here about the 2017 era All Blacks, and he was saying that in order to be a good team, you need 4 or 5 world class players. To be a great team, you need 7 or 8, and to be an epic team is anything higher than that. We have world class players pretty much through the entire lineup now. There's no debate that the best winger in the world is Cheslin Kolbe. There's no debate that one of the best locks in the world is Eben Etzebeth. There's no debate that one of the best hookers is Malcolm Marks. There's no debate that one of the best props in the world is Oxen Che. We have world-class players through the lineup, and everybody has the ability to punish you. We haven't had that before. Yeah, 2007 was great. 2019 was great. But the team that we have now would beat those teams. Now, there might be guys on those teams that are better than guys now, Franz Stain, those kind of guys. But we have a team now that, and then we don't even have to use the big guys here. We still have a world-class team. Labakanye did great last week. Granted, yes, it was against the Babas. The future looks bright for Springbok rugby, and we're realizing that as we get these guys capped, as we get these guys in. Jan-Hendrik Wessels is great. He's like a Swiss Army knife. We're setting the trend. Having Andre Esterhuizen play flanker for 25 minutes last week, and he wasn't bad at all. Now, he is not a small guy. I think he's about 120, 125 kg, so he's a tank. But we're setting the standard. People are, the 6-2, the bomb squad, the 7-1 split, and now the mythical 8-0 split that people keep bringing up. It doesn't matter anymore. We've got the players to do whatever combination we want at this point. Now, you'll have the naysayers that, the bomb squad is bad for rugby. This is bad for rugby. This is bad. We're playing by the rules. We have the talent and the idea that, they're saying, Scott Robertson's taking a page out of Rassi's playbook by doing his splits. It only works when you have the players to do it. We have the players to do it. We have Andre Pollard who can play 10 and 12. We've got Cheslin Kolbe who can play 9, 10, 11, 14, 15. We've got Damien Valemza who can play 10, 12, 15. We've got Kurt Lee who can play 11, 14, 15. You've got to have, the only reason it's working for the Springboks is because we have the players that can do it. We've got a Grant Williams who can play 9 and wing. We've got the players. We've got Faf de Klerk who can play 9 and 10 if he has to. We've got a Quagga Smith who can play 6, 7, 8 or wing. We've got Andre Esterhuizen who can play flanker or center. It only works when you have the talented players to do it. You can copy it all you want. It works because the Springboks have the players that can do these splits, that can do these combinations. We have utility backs. You look at the All Blacks roster. You look at that roster. Who do they have at 10? Either Barrett or McKenzie. Who do they have at 15? Either Will Jordan, Barrett, or McKenzie. It only works when you have the players to make it happen. It works for the Springboks because you now have guys like a Peter Steph Dutoit who can play lock or flanker. Franco Monster who can play lock or flanker. We haven't seen him yet this year. Ruan Norkia, we looked at him as a lock. He's been playing 7 for the Bulls. Cameron Hennecom, unfortunately injured. It only works when you have the talent to have it happen. And the Springboks have that right now. My predictions for this game, it's not even going to be close. We're going to put up at least 45-50 on these guys. Because we have the talent to do that week in, week out. We give these young guys like Morne Vandenberg, we give these guys a shot. We give Shatuka a shot. We're building for the future. This team is getting better. We have a few hiccups on the way. We lose one game when we welcome Ireland, we lose to Argentina. We have hiccups along the way, but then we dominate. Going into this rugby championship, we are the defending champions. We have to win this. There's no question. We are the best team on the planet right now. The British and Irish Lions tour that's taking place in Australia, we would beat them with ease, no question. Now, their fans might question it, but we as Spring, we would beat them. We would beat anybody right now. But we could lose too. And when you lose, do you learn something? With this coaching staff, if anybody watched Chasing the Sun Part 2, yeah, we learn a lot when we lose. When we lost to Ireland in that pool game, we all saw the video. Rassie getting up in front of the team and saying, "See ya, you're not bigger than this." Smacking those guys, popping the bubble that their heads had been in because their heads were in the clouds, popping it and putting their feet back on the ground. And that's the only reason this is going to work, is we've got the talent and we've got the mindset. We've got the headset. We are the best team in world rugby right now. And these are just opportunities to get better. So 10 a.m. kickoff time here local. I will be doing a post-game video. I will go live for one of these games eventually. I just don't like doing it during these kind of lower games just because I really don't know everything about the Italian side. I do follow the URC, but it's hard to follow all those teams. Benetton did okay. Zebra was bad. It is good to see Italy really using their two club teams to really fill out their roster, but I know the big guys like Capuzzo, that guy plays in France. But it's good to see them trying to develop a little bit of depth. Quesada is trying to develop a little bit of depth going into the 2027 World Cup. They have never made it out of a pool game. I'd like to see it happen at some point. Do I think it happens? No. I don't think they make it out of the pool, but you always want to see them growing for better. It's a whole weekend of rugby. I mean, even the USA is playing Belgium this weekend. Nobody really cares, but I think they're playing the Netherlands or Belgium. One of those teams. They're playing one of those teams in Carolina. You've got the Māori All Blacks in Scotland going at it. We've obviously got Ireland on their European tour playing Georgia, who we will be facing shortly as well. So it's a whole weekend of rugby. If you love rugby, this is, especially if you love test rugby like myself, this is your favorite time of year. So I hope wherever you guys are at, you're safe. Happy 4th of July to all my American followers, and we will see you guys back tomorrow. Cheers, guys.